gifted interviewers ever. He brought a lot of controversy and conversation to late night. It's black and white. This is pretty old, but it's fascinating. Take a look.
From New York City, the National Broadcasting Company presents Tonight, starring Steve Allen.
In case you're just joining us, this is Tonight. And I can't think of too much to tell you about it, except I want to give you the bad news first. This program is going to go on forever. Excuse me, friends. The record is right here. All you citizens have to do is look at it. And you'll see what's going on, and you'll see what's coming off, too.
Our first letter is from Mrs. T.L., who writes, I have a strange story. My husband passed away 25 years ago. However, when I go into the living room, I can still see him sitting there by the fire. What should I do?
Bury him. Next question. Believe it or not, we've received several dozen letters saying that they enjoy your singing because it doesn't sound like any other singing.
Everybody doing it. Say that every time a couple over there. Everybody doing it. Everybody doing it.
You have two sisters, as we all know, and they're very lovely girls. Have you ever wished you had brothers? Or do you, for all I know?
I don't have any brothers, and I don't think I would like to have a brother because he would give me all the time hell, and I get enough hell as it is. You're not allowed to say hell on television.
If any children are watching, why the heck aren't you in bed?
May I ask you, so that I don't look too naive, a tough question right off the bat?
And whether I'm a Democrat or Republican?
Leonard Box bought an automatic milking machine to milk his cows because he felt he was losing his grip. The other night he forgot to turn it off. And this morning all his cows were turned wrong side out.
Somebody is selling this and invented it, and I don't know what it's for, but it will follow light. So we put some white masking tape down, and it'll turn corners and follow the light.
I think you're a bigger star than you realize.
I'm going to get banned. Do you want to do commercials for me?
Are you little loose?
I don't drink. Everybody thinks I drink.
What are you on? You've been there and back. I think in 35 seconds you can have it assembled into a motorcycle. Ready? You count it?
All right.
Here we are. Ready to go. There we are.
What are you doing, TV?
I'm a personality type.
Oh, really? I never watched.
I'll tell you if you don't. I'll tell you if you don't tell anybody. Because this may come as quite a surprise
Yes.
to you. Because I'm informal, and
I was told when I...
when I'm speaking, you always wait. Because you don't know who I am yet.
I'm beginning to find out.
Were you this rough on Fisher?
Thank you.
Hey!
anniversary!
Is this the best hairstyle yet?
Happy anniversary!
Thank you, sweetheart. Thank you. I'm so thrilled you came all the way from Chicago. That's very nice.
Well, you know what? I wanted to be able to return the favor because you were there for my 50th, but I did not come all the way from Chicago. I just drove down from Santa Barbara.
All right, well, close enough. Well, let's see the cake. Look at the cake.
Yeah.
Oh, very cool. Look at
Very cool.
There's Steve Allen, Jack Parr, Johnny Carson. Oh, well, look at
And there, look at
well,
you.
That's very cool. Very cool. Well,
Boy.
thank you, sweetheart. Would
It's
you
only
like
about 10,000 calories.
like one?
Who knew? Oh, my gosh.
A lot of sugar.
That is more sugar than I've had in 10 years.
That's more sugar than I've had all day. Oprah Winfrey, ladies and gentlemen. Be right back with the best moments of Johnny Carson. Thank you, doll. Alrighty, welcome back. We are celebrating the 50th anniversary of The Tonight Show. Right now, we're going to show you some of the best moments from the man who held this job for 30 years, the legendary Johnny Carson. You know, Johnny set the standard for how this job should be done. He was always a gentleman, always had impeccable timing. He was the comedian's comedian. Those of us that do this for a living, we owe him a tremendous debt for giving us our first big break. Here are some familiar faces and some funny moments from the best man ever to hold this job. Take a look.
From Hollywood, The Tonight Show, starring Johnny Carson. Here's Johnny.
When you have free time, I would like to mother you. Look, we asked for questions about Hollywood. I'm 65 years old. Oh, sure. That feels really good.
I used to run from the cops, you know.
Yeah.
I did what I call my cool run.
Cool run?
Yeah, because I couldn't fight, and I had a cool run. And girls are crazy about anything cool, right?
What's the cool run?
Cool run. That's when you look like this, and girls say, "Look, Richard's running." Yes, but he's cool.
Now don't you move unless I tell you.
How do you call the kitty?
Call the kitty.
Well, how do you call the kitty?
Kitty, 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 kitty.
You saw it here on this show, a bird calling a cat. That's a gutsy bird.
How does the wolf go?
I was, without question, the most adorable kid. When I was young, I used to identify with Superman. And I thought Superman and I had many traits in common. Because he used to go into phone booths all the time and remove his clothing, you know.
You're looking at yourself up on the screen, aren't you?
Right.
Oh, you see yourself up there?
Yeah.
How do you think you look?
Cute.
Call you Elizabeth?
Yes, you may.
Why did you decide to have a museum for nuts?
Well, I wish to establish the entity of the nut through art, music, history, and lore.
Right.
And you'll find during the intercourse that they are valuable.
probably play a major role.
I come from an ethnic heritage. I come from a mixed marriage, which means my mother is Jewish and my father is Catholic. That is the truth. I was raised Catholic formally, although I must say the Jewish mind comes out, even in the Catholic system. Give you an example, we used to go into confession, and I would bring a lawyer in with me.
Have you ever seen this show before?
Well, when I was up vomiting and all that stuff.
On your chair.
On your
That whole fitness thing runs in my family, though, I think. That my grandmother started walking 5 miles a day when she was 60. She's 97 today, and we don't know where the hell she is. I'm kidding. We know where she is. She's in prison.
She weighs about, yeah, she weighs...
So I went to the post office to get a stamp for the card, and I'm waiting online at the post office. You notice, I love these posters they have on the wall there. That when you wait online, killers, murderers, thieves. Why the post office? What do they want us to do about it? Write the guy? Doesn't make any sense. I mean, do people rip these off the wall, go up to the counter? Yeah, give me a book of stamps and a search warrant. I'm going after this guy. I've had it up to here with his activities. You know, my main question about these posters on the wall is, why didn't they hold on to this guy when they'd taken his picture?
See, if you look an animal right in the face and talk to them, you'd say, then they know you're not scared.
When we come back, we'll talk about a big announcement you might have heard about in the paper today. Be right back right after this. I want to elaborate on an announcement made earlier today. You may have heard about this. I'm going to leave the show in 2009. Okay. All right. No, let me explain. Let me explain how these things work. About 6 months ago, I sat down here with the folks at NBC, and they said, we want to re-up. And I said, okay, what do you want to do? Because I don't have a manager, an agent. I like the people I work with. They're nice folks. And they said, and this is a high-paying job. Oh, it's a great-paying job. So they said, listen, we would like to do 5 more years. I said, great. I'd love to do 5 more years. And that was 6 months ago. And then time went by. There's all talk about Conan O'Brien. Will he go to ABC? Will he go to one of these other networks? And they came to me and they said, we don't want to lose Conan O'Brien. And I said, oh, okay, what does that mean? And they said, we think Conan would be a good replacement, as I do. Conan is a gentleman, funny, the hottest late-night guy out there, excellent. And I said, you know something? I don't want to see Conan go anywhere else. I'm 59. I'll be 59 years old when this leaves. 5 years from now. That's 1,200 shows. They're not going anywhere tomorrow. And I said, you know, there's really only one person who could have done this into his 60s, and that was Johnny Carson. I think it's fair to say I'm no Johnny Carson. So I called up my buddy, I called up my buddy Jerry Seinfeld. I said, Jerry, what do you think, you know? And Jerry quit his show when it was the most popular. And I'm proud to say this show has been #1. We will keep it #1. And then in 2009, I'll say, Conan, take it over, it's yours. Because, you know, you can do these things until they carry out on a stretcher, or you can get out when you're still, you know, you're still doing good and think, I'm not quitting show business. But I realize I'm not spending enough time with my cars. No, but anyway, this is not tomorrow. It's 5 years from today, and I want to say I don't think there's a better choice. Because, you know, when I took this show over, boy, there was a lot of animosity between me and Dave and who's going to get it. And quite frankly, a lot of what I thought, well, good friendships were permanently damaged. And I don't want to see anybody ever have to go through that again. Because this, you know, this show is like a dynasty. You hold it, and then you hand it off to the next person. And I don't want to see all the fighting and all, and who's better, and nasty things back and forth in the press. So right now, here it is. Conan, it's yours. See you in 5 years, buddy. Okay. Clear enough? Enough said? All right. Let's get on with the show. All right. Now, to help celebrate celebrate tonight's anniversary, we brought an old buddy of mine, Emmy-winning actor, writer, comedian. You just saw him hosting the Emmys, did a hell of a job. Just like me, he got a start right here on The Tonight Show. Please welcome Garry Shandling. Thank you, Garry.
Jay, you did that right. That was honest, and I'm just really impressed.
Why, thanks.
And congratulations to you.
Well, thanks. I appreciate it.
What a success. Yeah.
Well, look, time goes by very quickly, doesn't it?
Well, I mean, I didn't know you were going to make that announcement. So I'm sort of absorbing it. You know, I was hoping this segment was going to be about me.
Oh, well.
And so I'm trying to make this adjustment because this is a big thing. This chair is very special. As you said, Johnny was there. It's like the Pope's chair. It's like when Clinton would go to the Hefner Palace and go, can I guest host? So I'm just really impressed by how you handled that, because these people may not know, in fact, that when all that was going on with Johnny, there was a lot of awkwardness, and you have dealt with it straight on, and you're a real man.
Well, thank you. Well, that's very nice. Well, let's get back to you.
Now, that all being said, are you out of your mind? What are you going to do you think? I'm curious.
Well, I know that weekend I'm at Zanies in Chicago.
You just go right back to working clubs.
I'm in the clubs every weekend.
You are. You work anyway. You're working all the time anyway, and you're fantastic at this, and you've done a great job.
But you just can't wait. They drag you out by your heels.
You said that right, and then you said you were going to be 59, and you've made me feel old. I want to thank you, because I've come on and you're announcing that you're leaving. I remember when I sat here when Johnny said he was going, now you're leaving, and Hillary Duff is on tonight.
Who was 4 when I took over.
I don't...
Well, let's talk about your first. Tell me about your first Tonight Show. How nervous you were, the feeling, how it had. Just explain the process to me.
I will. And I'd also like to make an announcement that 5 years from now I'm making a ski trip.
Really? A ski trip, very good. It's very good. You're getting out of the house.
As long as you're laying it out that far in advance. My first appearance was in 1981. Okay. It's impossible. I saw you show those clips of Jerry and Ellen, and you realize life goes by very quickly, and it's awful to watch yourself age on television and to watch the process, and it goes by very quickly.
Well,
it seems like only yesterday you were, starting out as a comic, and then you became this, and it's fantastic. But
tell me how you were scouted by the show. Tell people how it works.
The talent coordinator from The Tonight Show at the time was a man named Jim McCauley, who has since passed away, who was a kind man who came to the Comedy Store to see me at the time. And I actually had a very good set at the Comedy Store. And he came to the back and said to me, he actually said, "You did so well that I need to come back next week to make sure this wasn't a fluke." That's funny. And he came back the next week, and I did well, and he booked me the next week. And then I came on this show and had a great first set, and at that time it was something that could make your career. Sure. And I just had a good set, and my career changed, and it was all because of this show, which is why I wanted to come on tonight, thinking it was the 50th anniversary, not knowing you were going to make that announcement, which has completely thrown me. And Conan is a great guy, so I'm happy he's a great guy. Just really, I'm so impressed by how you handled it that I cannot tell you. And you watch those clips and you see how TV has changed and how it's gotten faster, and the things you can say. I used to have to run that first set when we used to do
the censors,
the censors, and you had to go through everything.
And they would sit like this. Remember, a person with like glasses, horn-rimmed glasses, would sit like this.
That's right.
And you have to stand to do your acting.
Yeah, it's it sounds dirty somehow when you put it that way. But I mean, it wasn't the first time I'd done that.
No.
But the thing is interestingly, and I haven't had a chance to tell you, when I hosted the Emmys last week, I had to run the monologue by the censor.
Right.
And there was a joke I made about how television has changed and how you can actually say, if you have a 4-hour erection, call a doctor.
Right.
Like you can just, like there's no reaction.
Right.
I mean, when we did this show, no one had a 4-hour erection.
No, exactly. Like you said, say 4-hour erection.
And I said, you can just say, so I ran this by her. I said, I want to do a joke. What did you
I was
say?
going to do
What
a
did
spit.
I mean?
I was going to do a spit
I'm sorry, I
take.
apologize.
Try it again.
Okay, 4-hour erection. Well, it's just a nightmare that I would say that and a man would react that way.
Yeah.
So...
I would hope he reacts that way. Let's show a clip of your first shot.
Yes, and we'll talk. Okay.
Let's take a look. Here we go.
I can't wait. Well, that's very nice. I'm so excited to be here. I had a great day. I went to the bank earlier today, and have you gotten your free pen yet? These are free. You just yank these things, and they pop right out, and I got a desk calendar, too. You need a screwdriver to change the numbers, but they're free. And how many of you have been on that ride, It's a Small World at Disneyland? Anybody scared on that ride? Just me, great. The worst thing about that ride is for the rest of your life in your head, you hear that darn song, don't you? For the rest of your life, it's a small world, na 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 na. Give me a break, all right? Then I went on Pirates of the Caribbean. I'm home cleaning my house. Best ride, isn't it? But I'm home cleaning my house and I'm going yo ho, na 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 na. Then I'm making love and I'm going yo ho, na 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 na. And the girl's going, it's a small world now. You know,
seems like yesterday.
Wow, I didn't know that's a clip. That really ruins this joke I was going to do.
Oh, yeah, you're going to. Yeah. Wow. Look, Mo and Gary, be right back right after this.
You repeat it. All right, everybody. Come on. Put the hands up. Put the hands up.
You ever see that commercial where the husband is so insecure, can't even tell his wife she makes a terrible cup of coffee?
More coffee, honey?
No, thanks, dear. I think I'll just get an apartment downtown. I like commercials that try to be helpful. You ever seen that ad for milk? A little woman comes out, she goes, "Hi, here are some great new ideas for milk. How about milk with cookies?" There's a new one, huh? Throw you for a loop. How about milk with a sandwich? Honey, get the recipe book. This stuff is amazing. All these years been pouring milk over pizza and fish. Who knew?
Frightening. How'd you believe I got the job? Now, we both guest hosted. Did you have trouble with the censors when you guest hosted as well?
Well, first of all, I want to say you were, you know...
Great suit.
Bad choice.
Yeah. Hey.
But funny and everything like that, and we owe that debt to Johnny Carson, which meant so much, and we would finish those sets and look at Johnny and see if he approved or not. Yeah. Johnny Carson is a special man.
Oh, yeah, he gave us all the
Then one night I got a call that Albert Brooks couldn't, he was supposed to guest host, and I guest hosted, and yes.
Like 12 hours notice, you mean? You guessed
12 hours notice.
Wow.
And it's nerve-wracking, and the preparation of material. No one knows how hard you work every night to crank out this stuff. It's really a lot of work. And I don't know, I guest hosted and still, yes, had trouble with the censors. Never finished that story, did I, about the Emmys and talking to the censor with the horn-rimmed... You want me to finish that?
Go ahead, yeah. It's the one that, go ahead, yeah.
You want me to finish that?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's interesting because I said, can I say 4-hour erection, and waiting, as we used to for them to flinch.
Right.
And she literally said, well, how many times are you going to say it? And I said, well, I mean, I thought, in reality, if I had one, I'd be saying it hundreds of times. But for the purposes of this joke, which was if I have a 4-hour erection, I'm not calling a doctor, I'm calling everybody.
Right.
And then I did that on the Emmys, and then I thought, really what was after that, I couldn't actually go near and didn't even pitch to her, which you can probably do on this show, which is the fact that these commercials, Viagra and Levitra, and they dominate our culture, and it is shocking. I don't know one from the other.
Right.
Which one is low in carbs?
I'm not sure.
Because I take the one, because if I have a 4-hour erection, I still want to look fit. I don't want to look like a fat slob.
Right, exactly.
And then there's one there is actually a feminine arousal. It flips me out. There's a feminine arousal product. Maybe that's what I'm taking.
You think so? Yeah.
I don't know, because I have a lot of sex, but I can't stop talking afterwards. Maybe that's what I'm on.
That sounds like it could be it. Now, I want to ask you something.
So you can do any of that. I couldn't. Go ahead.
Your Larry Sanders Show, which was based, I think, in part, the best show. I always remember once earlier you had an episode, it was about, and you were going up for renegotiations, and you said, is it Letterman money? No. Is it Arsenio money? No. It's not Leno money, is it? Remember that? Remember that? Because I had just signed on with some crappy contract. Were a lot of your stories based on that?
Is Jay mad at me for
no,
that?
No, I just
no,
it made me
I mean,
laugh.
what I did when as you know, when I guest hosted, and then really what I wanted to do is I wanted to do a show about a talk show host and what goes on in the life and the conflicts, and that was when cable, HBO in '92, when even I had an illegal hookup. And I was on it, and I had an illegal hookup. And so that is the show that I wanted to do. I was interested as a writer, and since I knew this world, I could really explore what happens behind the scenes. And I'm proud of that show, and that's what I really wanted to do.
It's one of the funniest shows of all time.
Yeah,
Congratulations
thanks.
on all your awards and everything. And it'll be on DVD coming out in the fall, the second season, the rest of the seasons, right?
Yeah.
Good. Gary, thank you very much. Thank you, buddy.
Congratulations to you,
Gary Shandling, we'll be right back with Hillary